It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's the Loop guys. All right, sir. 3 more. And 3 videos.
All right.
Can't be mad about that, honestly.
No, we said we wanted to load up. We're doing exactly that. Also, shout out to you, 10 out of 10 content creation on this one. I respect it, and it was a very, very good idea. I love it.
Also, sir, I've been recording the whole time, so we're just gonna have to chop it up.
Nope, I'm gonna leave this me drooling over this idea.
It would be hilarious if you just left it one video.
The people will know that I'm glazing up the. That is not a short, by the way. I'll kill you.
All right, let's do this last one.
All right.
All right, everybody. We are back for the 3rd and 4th round, the final of the 2025 Bicepathon. It's been a hot battle so far. There's been arguments, there's been punches. Some people have cried, and it's not me or Dr. Tom, it's his new pupper. So,
no, actually, Dr. Aaron, I didn't talk for a whole week about this one.
Yeah, we were getting pretty angry, especially when, I realized Dr. Tom wore the same shirt the last 3 weeks.
You didn't? We didn't record these in one night.
No, we did not.
Are you lying? No.
But let's get
I stayed in this room and thought I took a week off of work. I might get in trouble because I stayed in this room to study these exercises to figure out who had the better itch.
It's true. But let's get right into it, sir. We got our first battle, the dumbbell bicep curl versus the dumbbell preacher curl. 2 doozies, baby.
They are heavy hitters.
For everyone who hasn't been watching, each game is scored out of a score of up to 10. And then, we pick the winner. Dr. Tom and I switch it off and say what we think. If one of us disagrees, we cry softly and let it happen. Do you want to start?
Aaron, I know that the last 2 episodes that it's been you ending and me starting. And on this one, I have to say that I need to hand the reins over to you because I am biased. And we talked about this before, and it's because I do have a very good love for preacher curls. So I'm holding a theoretical gun to the head of the dumbbell bicep curls, and you need to take over. Because
now, if I am in the gym, or no, let me rephrase that. If I'm in my home gym, am I going to have a preacher curl? No. Am I going to have a dumbbell? Yes. Preacher curls, although they're great, they're not as versatile as the dumbbell bicep curl. I could do a dumbbell bicep curl anywhere. I could do it in my home gym. I could do it in the park. I could do it wherever I want. The dumbbell preacher curl, there's only one place you could do it. It's at the local gym, maybe a Crunch, maybe LA Fitness. Both of these exercises are going to be good ways to isolate your bicep. But to me, the versatility of the dumbbell bicep curl wins out over the dumbbell preacher curl.
I should have never handed the reins over to you. I had to, though, because I'm incredibly biased, because I do love the preacher curls. And I do understand the accessibility point. The only argument I would say is that if we're going based off, the tournament was best bicep exercise. I would say that the preacher curl does allow for more activation of the bicep, if that's what we wanted, regardless of location. But again, it's also a fair argument that the versatility and the area in which you can do the bicep curl, I can understand that too.
I have 2 questions or 2 topics that will push, where I'm going to bring up in order to back up dumbbell bicep curls. First of all, if you're a beginner, what would you give a beginner? The dumbbell bicep curl or the dumbbell preacher curl?
I mean, obviously the dumbbell preacher curl, but we never said that this was for beginners. Otherwise, I got to go all the way back, and I need to do CPR and revive the machine bicep curls.
I disagree. I think the dumbbell bicep curls are way more for beginners. The dumbbell bicep curl, all you have to do is just do some curls. Anybody can do it. Dumbbell preacher curl, I feel like has more potential for you to hurt yourself if you haven't done a weight before. If I pick up,
I will.
Like, I'm a new lifter,
Bro.
and I pick up 25 pounds, if I just put it right over the preacher curl and I don't know what I'm doing, I could easily go down and not be able to control it and then hurt my arm. Whereas if I'm standing up and just doing some dumbbell bicep curls, if I can't pick it up, I'm just going to drop it. And I'm not going to hurt myself.
Yep.
So that kind of goes into my next topic that I wanted to bring up. The preacher curl is more likelihood for injury than the dumbbell bicep curl.
Oh, you ripped my heart out. I should have never told you that I like this exercise so much. You probably wouldn't be doing this now. But you're making good, valid points, and we're all sober here, so I will say that it is in fair judgment and good sound of mind that we can eliminate the dumbbell preacher curl based on the information that you present.
I'm sorry, sir. It's tough because they are very good exercises, and honestly, I love them both. But
all right, I'm probably going to be upset tonight. I'll be a little angry. I probably won't answer your text messages tomorrow, but it's okay.
I think 10-9 is a fair score. They both really are so good. The preacher curl really does isolate the bicep well. No one's going to probably get their biceps bigger without having at least one of these, probably both of these. So we got to give respect to the dumbbell preacher curl, but get out of here. We're on to the next one. We have the single arm cable curl versus the spider curl. What do you think, sir?
Honestly, channeling Jeff Nippert.
I love Jeffy.
Single arm cable curl is going to be the spider curl. Even though we have the versatility of the Swiss Army knife that Dr. Aaron did give the spider curl, the single arm cable curl just allows for full tension and the same weight roughly through the entire range of motion of the bicep curl. I think that it gives a good length tension relationship with the muscles, and it overall works the bicep out a little bit harder versus the spider curl. The spider curl is a good exercise as well. Not my favorite overall. I'm actually surprised we made it this far. Dr. Aaron's fault for letting it beat the easy bar preacher curl, but I'm not mad or biased. But anyhow, the only thing I don't like about the spider curl is if you start to fatigue, you can start to rely a little bit more on some secondary muscles. You can almost turn that into a row and kind of, not activate the bicep as much. With the single arm cable curl, we're talking pure bicep exercises. It's only letting you use the bicep. If you end up cheating on that one, you're just not using it. So that's my argument for that.
I mean, we can't deny with old Jeffy boy. Jeffy loves these for a reason because they make some girthy biceps. And I'm talking about the single arm cable curl if you aren't sure. And you know what? You get such a good stretch on those biceps. How am I supposed to disagree when it comes to this? Honestly, the versatility of the spider curl might be its detriment here because it has barbell and it has easy bar. And those, I don't like them as much as a single arm cable curl. So I agree. We give the edge to the single arm cable curl, and I don't really think it's very close.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I'm thinking giving a single arm cable curl a nice 10 and spider curl, I think it's going to have to be a 6.
I think it's fair. I was thinking 5 for like a split second, but I think it did beat it, and it beat it pretty good. But I don't think it murdered it.
Yeah, spider curls, they are a good exercise, but I don't think I could say it's as good as a single arm cable curl.
No.
It's purely based off Jeff Nippert and not any of my knowledge or anything else because Jeff Nippert obviously knows everything.
Exactly.
Nobody knows everything. People.
All right. Finals. The finals. Dr. Aaron, the finals.
Match 15 of the Bicep-athon. My tiny bicep. I can't get it in the video.
So I'll zoom in. Don't worry. I'll zoom in and people see.
All right, I should have gone with the lefty. That's what we wanted. Yeah.
Well, we'll zoom in again. I can't see them, but we'll zoom in.
Oh, yeah. I didn't expect it to. But we have the dumbbell bicep curl and the single arm cable curl. Now, we know if we have Jeppy. Oh, wait, hold on, sir. I say you talk about one, I talk about one, and then we go from there. Does that sound okay?
Which one do you want to give me?
I think it was my idea. You pick the one that you want to defend. I will defend the other one.
All right. I'm going to defend the single arm cable curl because I just talked about it, and I do like it actually a little bit more than the bicep curls.
I wanted to talk about Jeff Nippert.
I had a feeling. That's why I pinned you against it. Just like I took away the The dumbbell preacher curls for myself. Now I just stripped you of Jeff Nippard. Um, but Jeff Nippard makes a very good point. The single arm cable curl allows for the most tension and length to allow for the biggest amount of pump for our bicep, the most wear and tear because it's the only muscle that's being used for this. Use a little bit of the brachialis too. It's embedded underneath, but that's only going to bolster it up a little bit more, make it look a little even bigger. So I think that overall it's a superior exercise. You have the same amount of weight going through the entire motion. The weight doesn't change based on the position of the arm so much. Of course, if we get physics and get really scientific, it will change over time slightly. More so, or sorry, less so than the bicep curls with the dumbbells. I think that if you're looking for an exercise specifically that's going to hammer away and target the biceps and get us the big, beefy, bulky bicep muscles that we want that I just hit against the table over here. And you're looking for that one exercise no matter where you are. Of course, Dr. A made a good point before in the last round that the dumbbell bicep curls, you can do them anywhere. But if we want an exercise that's going to actually really build up those biceps, single arm cable curl is going to do that.
Now, my biggest argument for these, you're going to get a good stretch. There's a reason that Jeffy likes these, the single arm cable curl. But the dumbbell bicep curl has been around forever for a reason. It's easier than any other exercise to do. I am going to have a demonstration here, and I'm going to show you how much easier it is to do a dumbbell bicep curl and set it up, especially for our beginner/intermediate people. And then I will show you how to set up a cable curl. It's a little bit more difficult. All right, ready? If I'm doing a dumbbell bicep curl, I lean over. I pick up my dumbbells. I curl. Easy. Simple. Now, single arm cable curl, I have to go over. I got to put the weight in. Yeah, the weight's in. Grab my cable. I go way over here. Might even need to stabilize myself. I'm so unstable trying to do this bicep exercise. And then, my shoulder's in sort of a wonky position. I'm feeling a little bit of a stretch. And I'm just doing some of this. Look how awkward my body is. Not in a great position for my body. I don't feel comfortable right now. I don't want to do this all the time. You know what I want to do? I just want to stand there. Just want to stand there and think about biceps. That's all I want in life. Just to stand, think about biceps, isolate those biceps. Then you know what? I have a friend come in. They want to do a bicep exercise. They can do the same thing. It's easy. You just stand there. Whereas a single arm cable curl, if you're a motor moron, you're going to be like, I don't know how to get into this position. This is never going to work for me. I don't like this at all.
You know, that's why some people have small biceps and some people have bigger ones. That's okay.
Well, I mean, both exercises work the biceps very well. I would also argue that the dumbbell is easier to supinate with than the cable. I want to add a little bit of supination. I want to do that as I'm pulling through. If I'm using the cable, I can still supinate, but it just feels a little weird. It feels a little weird having that grip. I can't say I feel as smooth, as comfortable with the cable as I do with the dumbbell. When it comes down to it, Dr. Tom was right in that the cable curl is going to have a constant tension the whole time. However, I mean, the dumbbell is going to have kind of like tension through a majority of the range of motion and the most important parts of the range of motion as well. You're going to have actually a stretch position at the bottom a little bit.
I can see that too. But if we're truly picking one arm exercise to rule them all for the biceps, I still think that we get a little bit more of a better length tension and working load out of the single arm cable curl versus the bicep curls. It's easier to set up for the bicep curls, of course, for the dumbbells. But I just think, if we're looking for that true exercise that, we need to work out and practice, just because it's more difficult doesn't mean that it's worse of an exercise. We got to just think overall, we're working the muscle. We're looking for working the muscle. I think it's the single arm cable curl.
So you just don't care about injuries?
Yeah, we're ruling out injuries and everything like that. If we're looking overall just for a good exercise and to really work it.
We're physical therapists. We've been talking about injuries this entire competition. We can't just take out injuries. Well, we eliminated exercises because of injuries. The barbell curls, feeling wrist and elbow pain, that's a little minor injury. Can't
This is
disregard
true.
injuries.
I'm disregarding injuries. What's an injury?
I mean, with the single arm cable curl, maybe I'm just gonna, tear the long head of my biceps. Maybe I'm just gonna, hurt my rotator cuff, being such an awkward position.
Yeah, and it'll get stronger because of it. No, all right. You make a good point. I'll agree. I'll say the overall ease of use and building up the biceps. It's a classic. There's reasons that people did it. There's reasons you see videos of Arnold doing it. There's not many videos you see of bodybuilders doing the single arm cable curl. Scientifically, yes, you get more of a working load out of the single arm cable curl, but overall ease of use, you want to build the bicep muscles. It's a classic. Put it in the Hall of Fame for biceps.
I think that we have to say this is the S tier exercise, and honestly, in our ranking video, I don't know if we even said it was like A tier.
What ranking video? I'm gonna delete that right after.
Sounds good to me. But
Perfect.
the winner by unanimous decision, even though it was probably a 10-9, was.
No, I'll say 10-8. I'm knocking.
Wow. All right. 10-8. We'll take it. Dumbbell bicep curls, the winner. Congrats all around to the dumbbell bicep curl. They work hard. They're consistent. They're a lot less likely to hurt yourself. Easy for beginners. Good for intermediate and pro level athletes as well. We got to give it to them. They did a great job. Runner-up, single arm cable curls. They did good. They worked hard. Jeff Nippard loves them, but Jeff Nippard lost this round, and bicep curls won.
I am sad that my preachers didn't come up as where they needed to, but maybe there's another bracket somewhere else for them.
Your preachers did lose to the winner. Your favorite preachers, the dumbbell preacher curl, they lost to the winner, so they almost got there. But
they were just shy.
It's hard to beat. With that, when we come up to Big Us, thank you everybody for watching. Let us know in the comments if you think we're wrong. If you do, you're wrong. And if you can't prove it, that's too bad.
We'll fight you in the comments.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Thanks everybody. Have a nice day.